All right, today, here we go. We got a video on exponents. One of the things I want to mention right away is exponents is a word that we use often to describe exactly what you see right here. Uh, a larger number with a smaller raised up number. But in actual fact, this whole thing, that whole thing is called a power. Okay? When you have these two numbers written together like this, they form a power. There are two parts to the power that we want to know about because it's going to help us define what to do here. The larger number, not necessarily the number that has the biggest value, but the one that's written larger, in this case the 5, is called the base. And the smaller little raised up number here, that's called the exponent. Okay, so we need to know which is which because it makes a difference with what we're going to do here. And how to figure out what 5 to the power of 4 is. That's how we call this here, 5 to the power of 4. How much is this? A lot of the kids make this mistake. They take this 5 and they multiply it by this 4. They take this and times it by this. No way. Don't do that. It doesn't work that way. If it was, we would just write multiplication. But that's not what this is. It's a power. So what this means to do is take this base 5 and multiply it by itself. So multiply it by more 5s. Multiply it by this many 5s, 4 of them. The exponent tells me how many 5s to times together. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what this means. 5 to the power of 4 means 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. 4 of these 5s multiplied together. So anybody that can have a calculator can grab it and see how much that is. Unless you can do it in your head, which is great too. 5 times 5 is 25. Multiply that by 5 again, you get 125. Multiply it by 5 again, you get 625. So 5 to the power of 4 is 625. Okay, so this is a notation. This is a mathematical convention that comes up all the time in math, starting from grade 7 and going on forever. So it's really important for us to know how to look at an exponent and know what to do with it. Okay. Please remember, you do not take the base and times it by the exponent. The base is the number that gets repeatedly multiplied by itself. The exponent tells you how many times. Not that tricky. What I want you to do, I'm going to give you 2 more examples, and then I'm going to ask you to pause the video, figure out how much those exponents are in standard form, and we'll go from there. This is what we call expanded form of the exponent. And this, just the plain old number, how much it's equal to, is called standard form. Might run out of room here. Okay. I want you to take these exponents. So let's call it this. There's 2 exponents, 2 powers. And I want you to figure out how much they're worth. Okay, take a second, pause the video, and see if you can figure out the standard form. Write out the expanded form, so I know that you know what you're doing here with how to take this and figure out standard form. But write the expanded form out and the standard form. Good. Hopefully you've unpaused the video. 3 to the power of 6. So 3 is the base, 6 is the exponent. So that means I'm taking the 3 and I'm going to multiply it by a whole bunch of 3's. In fact, I'm going to multiply it 6 different times. 6 different 3's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whoops. I don't want to write the number 6. I want to have another 3 there. Okay, so there we go. I have 6 3's multiplied together. All I have to do is figure out how much that is. And that would be 729. So 3 to the power of 6, this is the expanded version of it, where I show the repeated multiplication, and it's equal to 729. 7 to the power of 3, 7 is the base, 3 is the exponent, so 7 times 7 times 7. 3 7's multiplied by themselves. And when I do that, we have 343. Okay, so a really quick video to remind you about how to figure out exponents or powers, and what to do when you see them in any kind of calculation, orders of operations, or anything like that.